Hello. I just recorded a little presentation I did on how to use the Minnesota Archives website. And you will find that if you have any relatives from Minnesota at all, you will likely find something in there for your relatives. It's a very, very intuitive website, and it's my favorite state website that I have used. So stay tuned and see how to use mnhs.org. Today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite resources for research in the state of Minnesota. I live in Minnesota, so therefore have a lot of local clients. Nearly all of my clients have had family in Minnesota at some point, and I've used this website on nearly every project I've done. It's the Minnesota Historical Society's website, mnhs.org. The Minnesota State Historical Society has been in existence since 1849. While its physical location is in St. Paul, it has so many resources that you can utilize from the comfort of your own home. Let's tour the website and see what free resources it can offer you in your own research. Go out to mnhs.org and click on the Research tab. Let's start with the Minnesota People Records Search section. This is the one I use the most in client research. In Minnesota, births began to be registered at the state level in 1900. Even though that's the start of the requirement, that doesn't mean everyone was instantly compliant. It took until around 1915 for the state to be widely compliant. Deaths were recorded at the state level around 1904, and this database contains deaths as recent as 2001. This database will also pull up statewide censuses, 1849 to 1905, veterans' graves, 1857 to 1975, and Gold Star rolls 1915 to 1921. The search feature gives you a lot of options, such as starts with, contains, ends with, is exactly, and sounds like. Additionally, you can do date ranges and narrow by county. It's a very intuitive search and is quick and efficient. Be sure to watch until the end of this video for a tip on where to look for older death records. It's a lesser known tip that could be a huge breakthrough for you. I've helped so many people by showing them this. Now to search. I typed in a name of someone who was born and died here during those date ranges. Both his 1918 birth record in Hennepin County and 1999 death in Ramsey County pop up in the index. While you can't see the original document here, you can order it online, which is much simpler than most other states. Even if you're not looking for copies of the original records, this People Search tool can point you in the right direction on dates. You can use the dates from this index to look for obituaries or birth announcements in newspapers, or it could help you narrow down your Peter Anderson in a sea of 400 Peter Andersons on Find a Grave. Plus, many of these entries include mother's maiden name right there in the index. Another thing to be aware of on death certificates is that there may be more hidden information behind that initial search result. It takes a while to load, but click on that line and it will take you to the next page that also often lists the person's date of birth and place of birth. In many cases, out of state is code for abroad. This woman was born in Germany. If you decide you want to order the birth or death certificate, simply click on the item in the list and add to order. They charge $9 for a digital copy and generally have a very quick turnaround to your email inbox. Another part of the website that I use constantly are the digitized newspapers. Go to the Research tab and click on Digital Newspapers, and it will take you to the largest single collection of Minnesota newspapers, with publication dates ranging from 1849 to the present day. It's also important to note that it's not only Minnesota newspapers that you'll find in this free searchable database. I click on Search the Newspapers, and it takes me to their search engine. The database currently contains papers from 1849 to 2022 across 7 states: Illinois, Minnesota, Nebraska, Ohio, Oregon, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. There are 419 titles. You can also subscribe to their email list and you will receive notifications when more papers are added, which they do quite frequently. They also update their Facebook page to say when newspapers have been added to their site as well. The search tabs give you many different options to find what you're looking for. You can browse issues, browse by date, do a general search, or a map search. When you use the general search tab, it will take you back to the main screen and show you your results. You can easily use the filters on the left side to narrow it down and find what you're looking for. I have not yet found anything that is incorrectly indexed, like I frequently do in the main paid subscription newspaper sites, especially Newspaper Archive. Don't forget to look at the Map Search tab. Just because your family lived in Fergus Falls and the obituary you want isn't showing up, this map view will show you that Pelican Rapids is reasonably close and perhaps might hold the information you seek. Just because they lived in one town doesn't mean things weren't printed in another. Remember to always check the newspaper where someone's siblings and children lived as well. Once you click on one of your results, it will take you to a very user-friendly view of the newspaper, giving you many options for saving, printing, and navigating. Just hover over the buttons to see which icons mean what. The other section that they have contains Swedish newspapers from 1857 to 2007 across 11 states. They have 300,000 searchable Swedish newspapers digitized and available here for free. If you're not finding the birth, death, or newspaper information that you're seeking online, you can also contact research staff at the Gale Family Library at the Minnesota History Center and pay someone to look something up for you on their microfilm. I've been there many times and it's a lovely facility. If you live locally, it's free to access the microfilm and costs a negligible amount for you to print documents yourself on their printers. You can also check their archival holdings and make appointments to view original documents in their reading room for free. I was recently in doing client research on 1870s inmates at the St. Peter's State Hospital. I was able to personally view volumes of patient casebooks. And now let's say that you need a death record for Minnesota that predates the statewide requirement that started in 1904. Here's the secret. You need to look at the county level. Many people I've spoken to believe that no death record exists if it's prior to the statewide collection. The best way to do this is to go out to the Family Search catalog and type in the state and county. I've been doing a lot of research lately in Laverne, Minnesota, which is located in Rock County. It's down in the southwest part of the state. The search results will show you many records for that county that are image only, meaning you will often need to page through images hunting for the name you want, rather than simply searching indexed images. Some collections will have an index or a search feature though. Typically avoid that and look at the actual images instead. Click on Vital Records and it shows that they have birth records 1870 to 1916, death records 1873 to 1940, and marriage records 1872 to 1922. I go into the death records and find the years I'm looking for. This particular one did have a search function and is easily pulled up a scan of the death register, which often contained extensive information on cause of death, birth location, names of parents, and burial location. Always check your county records in the Family Search catalog. And while you're there, don't forget to check out the probate records. Good luck on your Minnesota's research, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.